this computer. Thank you. Emily, no?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, anyway, that was a preliminary, so we can start now with the actual. Oh, yes. I want to share something beautiful which I fortunately forgot last time. I'm going to show you a. I don't know how to do it. Share screen, kya? If I want to share something on my screen, I have to do share screen, no?
So that's at the top of the screen. Get the cursor to the top of the screen.
No, I can.
No, sorry.
It's
No,
on the
sorry.
bottom.
It's on the bottom. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, now if I want to, now I want to share this. Okay, about Shiva's dance and the physics parallel, if you remember, the physics people discovered, ye kya hai? This Shiva's dance is so close to the dance of the cosmos, to the dance of the universe. And you know what? How much India can be honored?
So we can't see the screen.
No, I'm putting it up. I'm making it big after a little surprise. We thought Shiva is something great. But you know who has recognized it? Look at this picture. This is a picture of CERN, C-E-R-N, Center for, it is a nuclear research center in Geneva, Switzerland. It is not nuclear weapons, it is nuclear energy. Center for Energy Research Nuclear in French or something. CERN Geneva, and outside the entrance, can you see what is there? The big 2-meter statue of Shiva Nataraj. This is how the world recognizes what India is. Aren't we honored? The world is recognizing. The Center for Nuclear Energy says Shiva is showing cosmic energy. I feel really very proud. I hope you all are also feeling proud that this is what India is. All over the world, people are recognizing the ancient Indian parallels. Okay, chalo, so I will close this for the time being. And I have to go back. Where do I have to go back? Okay, yeah. So this was a little surprise which I really enjoyed. Now let's go back to the Upanishads. All right. Now, believe it or not, most people have no idea about the Upanishads, and I find it quite a joke because Upanishads are among the easiest of things to understand, far easier than the Bhagavad Gita, and very, very small. The ISHA Upanishad, which I'm going to share with you right now, consists of 12 shloks, each of about 1 line. No, sorry, 18 shloks. 18 shloks, 1 line. 18 line mein Upanishad cover ho jati hai. Let's start with the first shlok. Is everyone okay? Can I start? It says, I'll read the Sanskrit first, part of the shlok, and then I'll go to the explanation, meaning. Okay? It says, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. What does it mean? It means Isha is the word from which the word Ishwar comes. Isha is the word from which isness comes. Isness. Isha means that which everything is. Isha means universal isness. Vasyam means different meanings in the Sanskrit dictionary, but one of the simplest meaning is that which is. Isha is, or Ishwar, or isness, is that which is everything over here. Idam, here. Idam means here. Sarvam. Everything over here, everything in our life, everything in the universe is Isha, isness. So that's the first line, the most beautiful line. Everything is isness, everything is oneness. Everything that we see over here, idam sarvam, idam. Everything that we see here is oneness. Next line, a little more clarification. Yad kinchit jagatyam jagat. It means, yad means that. Kinchit means tiniest little particle. Jagatyam, Jagat is a very interesting concept to understand. It is even further clarifying. Jag, we understand. Jag means a universe. But Jagatyam Jagat, they have deliberately understood, put it as Jagatyam Jagat is the ever-changing universe, not a static, हाँ ये universe है, हाँ सब हो गया ठीक. No, it is a universe which is constantly changing, and yet that is Ishwar, that is Isha. And that is also something which we need to recognize. Constantly changing universe is also Ishwar, it is also Isha. Not just एक picture हो गया, एक scenery हो गई, this is Ishwar. This is again the mistake we commonly make. Okay, I've seen Ishwar in the form of any particular form, but this one says constantly जो भी form है, जो भी रूप है, let it change all the time. Let there be problems, COVID, nuclear wars, hatred, love, everything is Isha. It may all the time change. And yet every littlest bit kinchit of this Jagatyam Jagat is Isha. Now, see how in tiny little words. Next word says, ten, tena, tyaktena bunjita, which means that ever-changing universe. You have to do one thing, just one simple thing. See it as sacred. Sacredness is the feeling in the heart. Sacredness comes in our hearts. That ever-changing universe, tena, tyaktena. Tyaktena is the word from which tyag comes, but not in the conventional sense of tyag. The real meaning of tyag is to see sacredness. To the छोटे छोटे दृष्टि, छोटे छोटे विचार को छोड़ दो, उनको त्याग करो. That is त्याग. Not दुनिया से भाग जाओ, which is again the common and silly meaning of त्याग. त्याग all your pettinesses and see the universalness. Tena tyaktena. And bunjita is a very surprising word which we commonly cannot even accept. Bunjita means enjoy. So, tena tyaktena bunjita, the entire universe and life and everything. See it as sacred and it will be something to enjoy. Tena tyaktena bunjita. And a little last minute warning. Enjoy doesn't mean go back to that Nataraj Shiva's giving hand. Hey, enjoy doesn't mean mera hai, mujhe chahiye. So that last verse of the last line of, of the first shloka is Ma gridda. Ma means do not. Gridda. Mera hai. That burning hand aa jayega. Mera hai karoge to. Ma gridda. Kasyas with the dhanam. Ek with the tiniest bit of dhan is not yours. Universal hai, is tarah enjoy karo. Mera hai karoge to jal jaoge. So, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. Isha, isness, oneness. In everything, Yaha Idam Sarvam. That is the most beautiful line. Yat Kinchit Jagatyam Jagat, that is a practical line. It is all the time changing and it is yet all the time Isha. Isha is not a stationary thing. ये परिस्थिति ईशा है नहीं, हर परिस्थिति ईशा है. Everything is Isha. All the time is Isha. All conditions is Isha. All the universe is Isha. Yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. Tena, tena, if you see it as sacred, you will enjoy it. Your life will become full of Anand. This is the meditations also that we were doing. If you see the sacredness in yourself, Ayam Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi Sarvayeta Brahma, if you see everything as sacred, life becomes absolutely enjoyable. That's what the ISHA Upanishad is also saying. And then the second shlok, I'm going only into 2 shloks. If out of this Isha, out of this isness, if you live life, all actions, all life, without bothering about क्या होने वाला है ईशा, अरे ईशा से विचार करके जी के क्या होने वाला है, back to Bhagavad Gita कर्मणि. Forget about, अरे you are talking about ईशा, what the hell are you talking about, क्या होने वाला और क्या मिलने वाला है, bloody petty rubbish. ईशा को ईशा doesn't know क्या होने वाला है. Forget it. Be at peace. So again, Isha also comes with the same thing. And again, a little warning. So this is parallel to the Karma Yoga. Out of Isha, do whatever you're doing. Then a little bit of Jnana Yoga. If you do not see the oneness in everything, you will live in hell. Let's use the word hell. That is Jnana Yoga in a very strong way. If you do not see oneness, life will be like hell. Just 1 second, please. Just 1 second, sorry. Can you message Arjun? They wanted to desperately join and he's not joined. Arjun, recent WhatsApp message. Sorry. Gauri, you're there.
Sir, I'm here. Arjun here.
Oh, you're here. Hurry, I'm messaging you.
I'm here, sir.
Oh, I couldn't see you. So, okay, fine. Chalo, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to continue. Yeah? All right. Sorry, little concentration break. Oh, yes. So, Isha second shlok also talks about first the Karma Yoga. Out of Isha, out of oneness, do all your actions. Karna है, action तो करना है. Which Bhagwan Krishna also said, action तो करना है. थोड़ी बैठे रहोगे जिंदगी भर. जीना तो है कि नहीं? Even your breathing you have to do ना. और कोई तो नहीं करने वाला. Every action you have to do. इसका परिणाम, इसका फल क्या आने वाला है, वो छोड़ दोगे ना, तो you will be happy. Bhunjitha, you will find Anand in your life so strongly. And Jnana, again, the Isha Upanishad talks about very strongly. You do not see the oneness, life will be hell. Hell, itna strong language Isha Upanishad is using. See oneness, no other choice. Then, seeing oneness. Now, again, little bit like Krishna says, but yes, seeing oneness, what does it mean, seeing oneness? So the Upanishad also clarifies. Oneness is very difficult to see. It is everywhere, but it is nowhere visible. It is always moving, it is near, it is far. It is in the self and it is in every self. Back to our Mahavakyas. Aham Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi, Sarvahi Etat Brahma. Magar dikhta nahi hai Brahma. I can't see it. So you have to see it from inside. These are the two main aspects of the Isha Upanishad. Now, with a little pause, maybe. Yeah, okay. Any strong questions? If you have a definite question up to now, I'm going to pause a little. No? Okay. So then I'm going to go to the Kena Upanishad. Kena means corn. Okay, in Sanskrit the word Kena means corn in Hindi. Yeah, in Indian languages. Okay, it starts with, may my senses be strong. Another common mistake in Indian culture. Senses are evil. You must stay away from the senses. Yes, if you indulge in senses like that, remember the Damru of the Shiva? If you get caught up in senses, then you are going to get burnt. Again, the other hand of Shiva. But may my senses be strong. All is Atma, all is Brahma. When my senses, all my senses see Brahma, my senses should be strong. I should, in that way, I should be feeling Brahma in my heart. I should be seeing Brahma in my understanding, from my ears, from my eyes, from my mouth. Everywhere, all my senses should be one with Brahma. That's the opening part of the Kena Upanishad. Then a little bit of explanation. Hey, Brahma, ya Atma, we cannot see, we cannot actually talk, we cannot actually understand, we cannot actually teach even. So, Are, cannot see, cannot act, cannot talk, so kya, I mean, what? I can't understand. then very, very elegant explanation. It's covering a lot of different senses, lot of different areas of life. Speech, vak, cannot express Brahma, but speech is expressed by the Brahma. Speech cannot express Brahma, but Brahma expresses speech. It is Brahma from which speech comes. Similarly, yad manasa na manyate. The mind cannot understand Brahma. Yena mano manate. By Brahma, the mind works. The mind cannot see Brahma, but through the Brahma, mind works. Similarly, chakshu. Yad chakshu no pashyate. Eyes cannot see Brahma. Chakshu is eyes. Chakshu no pashyate Brahma. But yena chakshu pashyate. Eyes see because of Brahma. Sorry, someone? Okay. Someone is talking. Okay, chalo, ठीक है. Okay, I'm continuing. So, with eyes we cannot see Brahma, but the eyes work because of Brahma. So everything is because of Brahma. Yet हम जिंदगी में क्या करते हैं? मेरी आंखों से मैं देख रहा हूँ, मेरे शब्दों, मेरे जबान से, मेरी इससे बोल रहा हूँ, मेरे शब्द, मेरे विचार, मेरे. So Kena says नहीं. तुम्हारे विचार, तुम्हारी दृष्टि, तुम्हारे बोल, तुम्हारे even breath, तुम्हारे प्राण itself is not coming from you. You are not. It is not your pran. It is the Brahma which gives you pran. The universal energy comes to you from pran. So if you make the mistake and say, अरे मेरे शब्द, क्या जान तुम क्या मुझे समझते हो? मेरा ये, मेरा वो, मेरे हाथ, मेरे कर्म, मेरे action, everything is wrong. केना, कौन करता है ये सब? याद रखो, केना, कौन बोलता है? कौन विचार करता है? कौन प्राण लेता है? कौन शब्द बोलते हैं? Everything is Kena. That is the main essence of the Kena Upanishad. Not मैं नहीं, Kena, कौन. And that कौन is a reminder. अगर if you keep remembering, कौन ये सब कर रहा है? कौन ये सब? The whole attitude in life changes from मैं करने वाला हूँ, हाँ, मैं करने वाला हूँ, मैं बोलने वाला हूँ. The typical ego. From मैं, it becomes Kena. Kena vach, Kena bak, Kena bol, Kena chakshu, Kena pran. सब चीज मुझे यूनिवर्स से आती है, ब्रह्मा से आती है. मैं बोलने वाला नहीं हूँ. But all my senses are strong because they are powered by Brahma. Now later we go to the next chapter actually of Kena. I can't do everything, so we go to the next chapter. It's very interesting, the next chapter. It's giving a very lovely kind of explanation of Kena in a very practical, everyday language, describing how these things even apply to the common gods. Okay? So it starts as Agni, the god of fire, which today science understands as the god of the logical left brain. You remember Shiva, we did left brain, right brain, combined face. So similarly now the same concept. Look at how today's neuroscience was understood 2000 years ago. Don't we need to bow down to our own wisdom, our own philosophy? Yes or no? 2000 साल पहले ये सब समझे थे हम लोग. There is a left brain, there is a right brain. They understood neurology. Shiva's dance understands it. Okay now. And it, okay. So Agni, which is the fire god, it is actually a symbol of the left brain, logical, fire, power, fire. Fire is always powerful. And fire is explained as the left brain. So, Kena or Brahma or Ishwar, whatever you want to call it, just takes a piece of dry straw. You know what is straw? घास. छोटा सा घास का टुकड़ा, ड्राई घास का टुकड़ा, और अग्नि को पूछता है, अग्नि तुम क्या कर सकते हो, तुम्हारी क्या पावर है? एंड अग्नि इज इन हिज ईगो, मैं सबको जला दे सकता हूं, आई एम द गॉड ऑफ फायर, नॉट जस्ट फायर, आई एम द गॉड ऑफ फायर. वाह वाह. ब्रह्मा से ओके ठीक है, ये देखो ना, एक छोटा सा घास का टुकड़ा, प्लीज इसको जला दो ना, लेट मी सी योर पावर. And Agni focuses all his fire on the straw. And what happens? The straw does not burn. Tries and tries, puts in more and more logical effort, more and more fire, more and more left brain effort. Kuch nahi hota, a piece of dry grass, the god Agni cannot burn? What kind of madness is this? Okay, Baba, Agni says, I don't know kya ho raha hai. Then Vayu aata hai. Vayu, what is your power? My power is the force of the wind, Vayu. I can blow away everything. I can blow away like a cyclone. I can blow away buildings. इतनी मेरी पावर है. अच्छा, वापस वही घास का टुकड़ा. Vayu, please, can you blow away this घास का छोटा सा टुकड़ा? Can you blow it? And Vayu uses all his force. Whole force of cyclones and everything, and the damn straw does not blow away only. Vayu is also shocked. ये क्या हो क्या? What is happening? I can't blow away a piece of dry grass, and I thought I was all powerful. Then Agni bhi kuch nahi kar sakta hai. And see the comparison, see the beauty of the comparison. Using the simplest possible example, a dry straw, dry grass, Agni God cannot burn, a dry grass, Vayu cannot blow. ये किस तरह के gods है? Then Indra comes. Indra is the whole brain. And when Indra comes, Indra does not say anything. Indra represents wisdom. You remember the central face of the Shiva? That is similar to Indra. Whole brain, neither Agni nor Vayu, beyond. It includes both, but goes beyond both. Indra just bows down to the Brahma, does not say anything, and therefore Brahma does not put Indra to a test at all, and Brahma changes form into the form of golden light, into the form of enlightenment, which we can understand. So the whole beautiful story is, if you approach things with only your left brain and arrogance, मैं सब कुछ जानता हूँ ना, you cannot even burn a tiny bit of grass. आज सबको उड़ा दूंगा, क्या मेरी पावर समझते हो? You cannot blow away a tiny bit of dry grass. But if you approach it with the whole brain that Shiva talks about and today's modern science talks about, if you bow down, approach with humility, do not talk, and then you are not going to be tested. Seeing your approach, Brahma changes, becomes visible as golden light. Symbolic of enlightenment, it tells each of us, your whole brain is the source of enlightenment. Agar tumhara, like again I'm referring to Shiva or to neuroscience, if you use both halves of the brain, there is a balance, you are a much more wiser human being. So that is the story of the later part of the Kena Upanishad. Practical, using your intelligence, using your buddhi in a genuine wisdom format. Okay. Can I have a break of a minute? Okay, I'll just get myself something to drink. Okay. If you...
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Yasmin is not allowing me to take a break. She says, I'll get your drink. Okay. Okay, has anyone got paper and pen? And if you have not, we can play a
Yes,
mental
sir.
game also. Okay, fine,
I
fine.
have it, SP uncle.
Very
Yep,
good,
we
very
have.
good, very good, very good. Okay, take your paper, take your pen. Just draw some random dots. 10, 15, 20, 30 dots निकालो. More the better. Just dots. Tap, tap. Just dots. Mhm. Okay, many dots. 15, 20, 40, 50. Just dots. कुछ करना नहीं है. हो गया?
Done.
I presume it is done. Okay.
Done.
Now take
Yes,
your pen,
yes.
take your pen, your pencil, huh? And join the dots and make any kind of pattern you want. You can just draw lines to join the dots. You can make a face and join the dots. You can make a square or rectangle, triangle, circle. Yeah, any old यहाँ से वहाँ से यहाँ any just join the dots any way you like, and not all the dots. Join some of the dots. Okay, हो गया? Okay. Now it's okay. It doesn't have to be too elaborate or too complicated. Now again take your pen और बाकी के थोड़े से, not all, बाकी के डॉट्स पे भी एक डिजाइन बनाओ ना. कोई भी जो मन में चाहते हो डिजाइन बनाओ. Okay. All right. Now I want to ask you one question. Is your first design same as your second design?
No, different.
No.
No. Okay. Can everyone hold up their designs? And one simple question. Do you believe that everyone's design is going to be the same as everyone else's design?
Never.
No.
Never? No? Naturally? Okay. Now let us start the enjoyment which we do in life. Ego. My design is the best one. This is myself. See, मैंने जो चेहरा बनाया ना वो मैं हूं. तेरे जैसा नहीं. तेरा चेहरा कैसा है? What are we doing? We are taking the pattern of the entire universe. And on this, we are making our own man-made, mind-made, ego-made patterns. और कहने लगते हैं, my pattern is the right one, your pattern is the wrong one. See how beautiful my pattern is. Yours, no. We have created separation. The dots which are symbolic of the universe. We made from our own mind a pattern and another pattern. And each person makes their own pattern. And each person believes this is my pattern, this is the correct pattern. And of course, just now, it's a drawing, but we actually do it. And there is some beautiful way of understanding when we do not understand that these are mere patterns out of the oneness that we have drawn. Those dots represent the infinite oneness. इस dots पे हमने अगर एक pattern बना दी, जो भी हो, and we believe that that is the ultimate pattern, that is correct pattern. बाकी फालतू फालतू कुछ है ही नहीं. That in our Indian culture is called Maya. To take the oneness and break it up into pieces and then say, अरे मेरा piece ही सही है, तेरा piece is wrong. My pattern is the right one, your pattern is the wrong one. My understanding is the correct one, your understanding is the wrong one. And when you go back to the entire pattern of dots, when you see this is just dots, and if you go back to Shiva's dance, they are not only dots, but they are dancing dots. It is the dancing cosmos. The dots are moving, the dots are dancing in 3 dimension through the entire cosmos. When you understand that, I am also made up of the same dots, each one dancing. I am part of the cosmic dance. I am not separate. जो सेपरेशन बनाता हूं, it is Maya. I, you, mera, tera, all these separations, we are creating them on the screen of the universe. The universe is a dance of oneness. The moment we create these separations, we are going into Maya. When we understand ये separation सिर्फ दिखावा है, और दिखते तो है patterns, we have drawn patterns, you can see the patterns, दिखता तो है, but it is not reality, it is just दिखने वाली patterns है. When you understand, the moment you understand that these separate patterns are just patterns, there's not reality, then it becomes what is India called Leela, the play of the universe, the dance of the universe. You have understood. सब एक ही है, मगर एकता के अंदर छोटी छोटी पैटर्न हम ही बनाते हैं. सीरियसली लेते हैं तो माया हो जाती है, हंस के लेते हैं तो लीला हो जाती है. इट्स द प्ले ऑफ द यूनिवर्स. इट्स सो सिंपल, इज इट नॉट? एंड सो एलिगेंट एंड सो पावरफुल टू अंडरस्टैंड. Maya and Leela is created by us only. Leela is the dance of the universe. Maya is separating the dance, making our own patterns and saying, ये सबसे अच्छा, सबसे बड़ा, ये मैं हूं, ये तुम हो, तुम नहीं हो, etc. etc. So the dot game was a game which opens up our hearts and minds. What is Maya? What is Leela? And if you have noticed, everyone would have drawn different patterns. And yet in our life, because of our stupid Maya, we start arguing, we start fighting, we start killing each other. No, my pattern is the correct one. तुम लोग क्या जानते हो? Your patterns are all wrong ones. My pattern is right. That is ego. And because of that, we get into Maya. And Maya is destruction. And just seeing them at the universal pattern, ठीक है, it's all dancing, yeah, particles, yeah, oh, cosmic dance. You're enjoying it, your Leela. Back to ISHA ka first shloka. Tena tyaktena bunjitha. Make everything, every little dot, every little particle, every little life, everything you see it as ISHA. And then bunjitha, it's enjoyable, it's the Leela. Leela is fun, Leela is something to enjoy, enjoy. Bunjitha means enjoy, literally means enjoy in Sanskrit. If you see it as oneness, life is so beautiful, life is so enjoyable. Okay, shall we continue? A little parallel. Astronomy mein, people have, we give all these names to all these star patterns. Isko ye astronomical sign bolte hai, aur wo astronomical sign bolte hai, based on the star patterns. This is this face, and this is lion and tiger and kya dikhta hai. We realize that if we were seeing the same patterns from another planet far away, the same stars would form a completely different pattern. They're not the same pattern. It is अपनी दृष्टि से देखते हो इसलिए एक पैटर्न दिखती है. Just as we see patterns in our own lives, the whole star systems are also just dots. You join them and imagine this is a elephant or a lion or whatever you want to imagine. But it's not something universal. It is a man-made pattern. So the stars are also putting the dots just as we put on paper. Anyway, now let me come to the physics parallels. Now, science has discovered that the same, हम किस तरह देखते हैं, how do we see, and our entire universe, entire conclusions come upon how we see. If we see from a larger perspective, the world looks different. If we see from a choti si drishti, worlds look different. If we see from a universal sight, world is amazingly beautiful. It is ekta. It is sarvahi etat Brahma. You can see the Brahma, you can enjoy the Brahma. So it depends on your perceptions. And science, a very basic duality which was discovered long back, which was a lot of arguments. Earlier science, physics now, okay? Everyone was having the belief that light, L-I-G-H-T, light is a kind of ray. So one part of science believes ray hai means kuch to, it must be some particles which come and we can see them. Kuch to hai, we didn't understand. But it was treated in the beginning of science, physics, as light is made up of particles. Then later on, some scientists started discovering light is not particles, it is energy, it is waves of energy. Now, particle is one thing completely different. Wave, which is not a particle, wave is something completely different. So, science went mad. What the hell is going on? एक दृष्टि से पार्टिकल दिखते हैं, एक दृष्टि से वेव्स दिखते हैं, एनर्जी दिखती है, पीसेस भी दिखते हैं, एनर्जी भी दिखती है. It is basically called a duality, double drishti, and beautifully crazy experiments. If you do an experiment on, there was, I mean, I won't go into the technicalities, but people did experiments by passing light through certain gadgets, समझो. You could see the same light as a wave, or through the same distance you could see light as particles also. So it added even more to the problem. अरे भाई क्या है क्या? How can it be a light? How can it be a wave? And how can it be pieces also? And that is called the wave-particle duality. This was realized about 60, 70 years back in physics. It is a basic duality. And I like to see it as हम अपने आप को भी and finally scientists were forced to conclude that there is no ultimate truth as such. हम कौन सी दृष्टि से देखते हैं, which type of experiment we are doing. If you do one kind of experiment, you'll see particles. If you do another kind of experiment, that same damn thing will look like energy waves. There is no absolute truth in all these things. It can be energy, it can be particles. A very interesting example for us. Do we want to see ourselves, our lives, as merely particles? टुकड़े टुकड़े से हम बनाए हैं. That's one choice. The other choice is, do we want to see ourselves as waves, the waves of the infinite, the waves of the infinite energy of which we are also part? ये अपने हाथ में है. And in India we call the energy as pran. Do we want to see ourselves, our lives as part of the prana, or do we want to see ourselves as छोटे particles and tukde? Choice is ours. Everyone. The effect, the result is also ours. Another little parallel which I want to share with you is a very simple one. Wave and ocean. Okay? Every one of us has seen waves and ocean. Are they really separate? Waves are part of the ocean. Waves आते हैं, चले जाते हैं. कहाँ जाते हैं? Back into the ocean. And some beautiful comparison, our individual lives, जो हम कहते हैं, जन्म लेते हैं, चले जाते हैं. Could it not be something like जन्म लिया, एक wave form में जन्म लिया, back into the ocean. नया wave form आया, back into the ocean. नया wave form आया, back into the ocean. Wave to ocean, ocean to wave, wave to ocean. The dance goes on. A parallel approach to what we have been talking. See our individuality as waves, see the Brahma as the ocean. We as individuals merge with the ocean because we have come out from the ocean. From oneness, we manifest as finite, separate individual forms. Ultimately, our finite, separate individual forms go back and blend into the ocean. Ocean to so-called individual, individual back into ocean. One simple question. Wave. What is a wave? Is it something totally different from the ocean? It is composed of the same thing. It is made up of the same thing. Everything about a wave is the ocean. It just temporarily takes that form and we call it a wave. There is no such thing as a separate wave. It is the ocean. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. I would like to Please feel free to either post on chat or unmute and talk if you want to talk about something. So far, we're going to a little different now. So that's why I'm happy to wait. Plus, I'll give my throat a little rest. So you use your throats, please. Chalo, waiting to hear. Come on, someone talking. So I'm getting Purnam Shunyata, correct? On my earphone, I'm getting Purnam Shunyata. अभी क्या बोलूं मैं ही बकवास करते रहो. Yes, come on, Vilas.
Yeah, it might be combination of whatever we had discussed so far. Now, as we all know from all this explanation, it's a oneness, and probably everybody was quiet because they have become part of one now. But there are entities or there are people. They do not believe they are part of oneness. They keep doing something different, which is of course harmful to everybody. But they are not able to understand that they can be a part of one. They do not believe as a oneness. And even the person who strongly believes oneness is unable to convince in a short period. So what is that energy or which makes them totally separate? We say bull.
Yes.
But yeah, but that bull is they don't understand it's a bull.
Yes.
I mean, they still feel that they are right. I mean, what they think is right.
Bilkul.
So what is that energy, or how do we call that person who makes it bull? He continues to do that. There are some people who till they die, they are in the same state.
Yes, bilkul.
So what is that makes them so rigid to be in that particular state of mind?
Okay, I can answer that. I've already answered it in the first session or second. Bhagavad Gita points out that we are light, prana, energy, universalness, oneness. Okay, but our conscious mind forgets bull karta hai, forgets this oneness in three different ways. There are three beautiful examples, preliminary examples which Krishna gives right at the beginning. Your true nature, your infinite nature is forgotten. Just as the fire is covered by smoke. And that example is meaningful in a particular way. Fire के सामने smoke is not a permanent thing. अपने आप smoke तो हटने वाला है, fire तो दिखने वाली है. Okay? And that nature of human beings is called sattvic or sattva. Okay? So that is one set of human beings. And as I did last time, I believe everyone over here is there because they are sattvic human beings. Otherwise, they would have been going to a party or something. So then we come to the next nature of human beings called Rajasic. Raj. Raj mein mante hai. Their bull is like dust covering a mirror. The mirror reflects their inner self. But उसके ऊपर धूल बैठी है, बैठने देते हैं, it accumulates, and Rajasic nature cannot see its own oneness till it takes the trouble of wiping the dust from the mirror. Is that clear or not? Very simple example.
Right.
You have to wipe the dust. तब तक अपना खुद का चेहरा नहीं दिखने वाला है. And the third one is called tamas, which again Krishna, beautiful simile. It's like a child in a mother's womb. 9 महीने तक that child cannot see anything in the universe. It has to wait for its time to come out and see. That is called tamas. It will have to wait. तब तक उसको अंधेरा ही दिखेगा. Though I don't very much like the example, बेचारे बच्चे को क्यों हम tamas बनाते हैं? But anyway, he's trying to explain that tamas has a certain time period. I mean, they cannot see. They don't want to see. So that is what you're talking. Now, further details about what you asked, no, I'm going to do it in a later part of the sessions. They will go into the later chapters on the gunas and how they apply into our lives. The sattva, rajas, tamas, and how we can live. Those are very practical part of Bhagavad Gita. We have done the more spiritual. Those are the more very practical ones. So I think I've answered your question. Anyone else?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
No, thank you. Cholo. Anyone else? Please ask.
Sorry, Sprinkle, I got disconnected for a couple of minutes. I missed out, I believe.
Okay, तो बोलो ना कुछ. Akash, say something.
Acha, are we done with your session?
No. क्यों जाना है? Bye.
No, I am here. I had a couple of things I noted down, so I thought
हाँ तो बाद में बात करते हैं. Okay.
I'll ask.
No, up to this point, if you have anything which you strongly want to ask, strongly. Rumi, you're adjusting your glasses. So do you want to say something? Come on. Is anyone saying something? Shall I go to the next step? Anyone, everyone.
I guess I have a bad network.
Who's the person? Come on. Who's saying? Who's talking? I have something. Akash, are you saying something? Okay then, chalo. Can we go back? Am I allowed to go back? Now, I'm going to do something very deep, very beautiful, very universal, which has always enchanted me. The, what is it called? Yes, Purnamidam. What is the correct technical name for Purnamidam? There are, in English, it is called invocation before the Upanishads, or there are common invocations also. So we are going to do one which comes before the ISHA Upanishad and just see its beauty and its meaning. Can I start? Purnam. Purnam, of course, means completeness. Purnam adaha. Adaha means everything around, all. Purnam adaha. Purnam idam. Andar. Purnam bahar ki duniya mein. Purnam andar ki duniya mein. Purnam out there. Purnam over here inside. Purnat. From the Purnam. Purnat, Purnam udachyate, which means from the Purnam. See it from your heart what I'm talking. From the Purnam comes out the Purnam. Udachyate means comes out. From the Purnam, from the infinite comes out the infinite, but we call it finite. From the infinite comes out the finite. Purnat, Purnam udachyate. Comes out. From the infinite comes out the infinite. Purnat, Purnam Adaya. Purnam, from the Purnam is born the Purnam. Adaya means takes birth. From the Purnam is born the Purnam. From the Purnam comes out the Purnam. From the Purnam is born the Purnam. And yet, the last, in a sense, crazy line. Get the meaning of both first? I'll just go through it briefly. Purnam adaha, everything around. Purnam idaham, हम सब के अंदर हम सब पूर्णम है. पूर्णात पूर्णम उदच्यते, पूर्णम में से पूर्णम आता है बाहर. पूर्णम पूर्णात पूर्णम आदाय, पूर्णम becomes पूर्णम. And the crazy line is Purnam eva avashishyate. From the Purnam comes out the Purnam. From the Purnam becomes the Purnam, and yet Purnam is Purnam only. So, if you want a mathematical craziness, it is like this. Okay. 7 minus 6, how much is that? 1. Everyone knows that? Or 20 minus 20 is 0. I mean, these are basics. But now when we go to the region of Purnam, it says infinite minus infinite equals infinite. Infinite, you cannot even subtract anything. From the infinite, you take away everything and yet it is infinite only. It is beyond, completely beyond our logical mind. That is why these invocations are completely beautiful. They take your mind away from all logic. Can I just share it with you all once again? Would you in your mind say it or say it aloud if you like? Purnam adaha, Purnam idam, Purnam adaha, Purnam idam, Purnat Purnam udachyate, Purnat Purnam adaya, Purnam eva avashishyate. Beautiful, is it not? Okay, so now we'll go a little into change the topic of physics parallel once again. Finally, after thousands of years of this wisdom, physics is discovering some very peculiar things. Out of the infinite consciousness comes infinite energy. Very similar to Purnat Purnam Udachyate. From the infinite consciousness, there is coming infinite energy. Arey yaar, but coming out, but still infinite consciousness is there only. ये क्या हो रहा है? What the hell is happening? From infinite, now physics is saying, from infinite, I'm taking away infinite, but it's still remaining infinite only. This is against all the laws of mathematics. Yes, it is against the laws of mathematics. Mathematics laws are finite. This is the laws of Brahma, infinite laws. From the infinite, now science is discovering this. And as human beings, we feel, my God, science is saying the same thing which our ancestors thousands of years ago saw from their inner wisdom. This was real wisdom. अंदर की दृष्टि से दिखाई दिया कि पूर्णात् पूर्णम उदच्यते पूर्णम एव अवशिष्यते. After it comes out, it's still Purnam. And now science is saying, oh, from the infinite, it becomes infinite energy, but still infinite consciousness is not gone away. वो तो ऐसे का ऐसे ही है. What is happening? A similar parallel from astrophysics. It says the terms used are plenum for Purnam. Plenum means everything. From the plenum comes the void. I'm sorry. From the void, from the nothing comes the plenum. And from the nothing comes everything. And from everything, it becomes nothing once again. What is happening? Nothing में से everything आता है, everything चले जाके nothing बनता है. What is happening? And if you remember the Buddhist parallel, which you can do again as a little meditation, शून्यता में से पूर्णम आता है, पूर्णम is also shunyata. And if we apply it in our life, like we do with the Mahavakyas, okay, I'll do that a little later. I'll play around with a little mathematics nonsense. Okay? I suppose you can answer it. I'm asking you to ask you simple mathematics. I'm sure even your children can answer it. What is 10 divided by 2? At least raise your fingers and show me now. 10 divided by 2. Arey, wow, Rumi, you're very smart. Okay, and 8 divided by 2? Okay, so got the point. This is very easy. Now, this is something very crazy mathematics proof. Okay, any finite quantity, a finite number, any number, it could be 1, it could be 1 billion, 10, 25 billion, any damn finite number, if it is not divided, or if it is divided by 0, which means 0 represents nothing, any finite quantity which is divided by 0, 7 divided by 0, you know what is a mathematical? 7 divided by 0. That's right, Villa. 7 divided by 0 equals infinity. See the philosophical implication. Any finite quantity which is not divided is infinite only. बड़ी quantity हो, छोटी quantity हो, any finite which is undivided or divided by 0 is infinite. 7 divided by 0 is infinite, or 25,952 divided by 0 is infinite. 200 billion divided by 0 is still infinite. 1 divided by 0 is also infinite. Anything which is divided by 0, symbolically, it means undivided. The finite, when it is undivided, it is the infinite. Vapas, if we come back to our particles wala game, it is we who divide the infinite and say, देखो देखो, ये picture मैं हूँ, ये picture तुम हो, ये मेरी चीज है, ये तुम्हारी चीज है. All these man-made divisions. When you start playing, and that is Maya, when you stop all these man-made games and make it into a game, okay, चलो ये design बनाई, वो design बनाई, हंसो ना. Okay, this design is me and that design is you, and so blah 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 blah. You're playing the game, okay, designing, all right. In the infinite pattern, we are just playing games. Oh, you must have बचपन में all of us used to play with sparklers. You know what a sparkler is, no? क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में? You know, which you catch with your hand, and in Gujarati we call it tara. I don't know what you all call it. Anyway, I presume. No, Fuljar is the one which you put on the ground and comes out. Nahin?
No.
Which you hold in hand also.
ये
Okay.
वही-
What you hold in hand also. So I'm sure all of us have taken that and made patterns in the air, and you could see the pattern. Yes or no? वो लाइट की 1 सेकंड की पैटर्न रहती है ना,
Yes.
and we all enjoy it. अरे कितना मजा आया. I can see a pattern. But if you enjoy that pattern, it is called Leela. If you say that pattern is something permanent, it is mine, it is मेरी pattern, मैं हूँ, कितनी bright है मेरी pattern, that is Maya. A very simple example. We've talked about number of parallels of Leela and Maya, right? So let's get back to Shunyata Purna. First, let's get back to Shunyata, which contains the Purnam. Purnam in the form of Purnam mere andar. I am Atma Brahma. I am Satchitanand. I am Atma Shakti. I am Atma Buddhi. I am Atma Shanti. I am Anand. शून्यता में से पूर्ण. I am तत्त्वमसि. त्वं ब्रह्मा. त्वं आत्म शक्ति. त्वं आत्म बुद्धि. त्वं आत्म शांति. त्वं आनंद. सर्व ही, the entire universe. सर्व ही आत्म शक्ति. सर्व ही आत्म शांति. सर्व ही आत्म बुद्धि. Everything in the universe. From the Shunyata, this comes out as Purnam, the Mahavakyas, which cover me, you, all, Purnam, and goes back into the Shunyata. Shunyata se Purnam, Punyam going back into the Shunyata. Okay, can we end over here? And if there are any questions, I'll stop my recording a bit. Yeah, I'll stop the recording for now.